Hey, welcome. It's Christine. Thanks for being here. We're going to have a conversation today about your calling, your purpose in life. And part of this discussion was inspired by this amazing book I'm reading right now, The Great Work of Your Life by Stephen Cope. And I'll leave a link for it in the comments section below. And part of it comes from a fun discovery I made in my garden. So thanks for being here for this short but powerful conversation. And before we go any further, please like the video and subscribe. That helps get this message out to more people. I appreciate that very much. And here we go. Here's your talk.
Your calling is patiently waiting for you. Observe nature to learn how to live the life of your purpose. While humans struggle to understand the meaning of life and our purpose for being here, nature beautifully does her thing. Grass doesn't struggle to grow, it's programmed to do so by a divine purpose. Random vegetables pop up in my garden, and this is the time of year they begin to reveal themselves. This year's surprises are tomato, butternut squash, green bean, russet potato, sweet potato, and parsley. I didn't plant any of them intentionally. They come from the seeds contained in the kitchen scraps I throw in my compost pile each day. The compost nourishes the garden soil. Then without fail, each spring, it's spring here in Florida right now while much of the world is still covered in snow, these brave little seeds release the power of their purpose and begin to grow. In a few weeks or months, they'll produce fruit. The eager little seeds are bursting with their innate calling, and so are you. If you're unsure of your calling, answer these questions. What comes easily to you that other people find hard? What do you feel passionate about? When do you lose yourself in your work? When you get your answers, trust them. That trust is the difference between living the life of your calling and living the life someone else or society has led you to live. Nature doesn't complicate her calling, she simply lives it. The little tomato plants in my garden trust they're meant to produce tomatoes. They have no cares that some people don't like them. They don't wonder if they're too big or too small, too red or not red enough. They don't fret that they're too insignificant of a vegetable. Actually, they're a fruit, but no need to be picky here. They don't fret that they're too insignificant a vegetable to make an impact in the world. To people who love a fresh tomato slice on their sandwich, that little tomato makes all the difference. So define it and go all in. It's your ego that causes confusion when you think about your calling. Your inner wisdom knows what it is. The answer is likely bubbling up in you right now. Trust it. Trust your calling and go all in. Don't worry if your calling doesn't seem grand enough. And also, don't worry if you think it's too big for you to handle it. Those aren't concerns for you. Say no to distractions and sidetracks. The universe is on your side when it comes to your calling. You'll be in alignment with good forces when you're living your calling. That doesn't mean it will always be easy, but big things will happen. Imagine how hard those tomato plants would have to work to produce potatoes instead. That would be a life of hard work and frustration. But the universe is in alignment for them to produce tomatoes, and they do it with ease. Instead of trying to do it, simply be it. Those little wild tomatoes aren't trying to be tomatoes, they simply are tomatoes. Be the thing you want to be. That's more than just doing the thing. When you are the thing you're called to be, that essence radiates through and from you in all aspects of your life. There's no such thing as failure, because you are the thing. Again, a sense of failing or succeeding is coming from the ego. Release your expectations, and then you'll be happily living a life of purpose. Let go of the outcome. This is a really hard one for me. Desire is woven into the fabric of society. Whether it's a desire to altruistically help as many people as you can, or a desire to have more shiny objects than your neighbor, it's still desire, and desire causes suffering. Here's a quote from Stephen Cope's book. Desire is actually a compound state. It is made up in part of grasping and craving, which always and everywhere lead to the experience of suffering. So let go of the fruits. Stop measuring, stop comparing, stop forcing. Produce your fruit because it's in your nature, not for quantity, competition, or accolades. Can desire motivate us to do more? Yes, it can, but it will always be accompanied by pain. There's an alternative to desire. Replace it with aspiration. Aspiration is the feeling of motivation and inspiration to create and live your calling, minus the grasping and craving. It's playing the instrument for the beauty of the music. Whatever your skill is, perform it as your art, simply for the beauty and expression of it. Grow your roots deep, reach your leaves toward the sun, and produce the fruit you're meant to produce. Nature doesn't struggle to produce her gifts. The power of the universe is demonstrating itself through nature, and that same power is within you too. So thanks for listening, and again, please share this with friends, and go ahead and like and subscribe to the video if you feel inspired to do so. I'll be back with another chat next week. Love to you all. Bye-bye.